number, and then we go for like 10 minutes. I'll look for yeah, I'll look for an out around 10 minutes, and there's no real like set format or anything like that. So you can kind of, play play it however you want. A lot of them have been like one scene real time, but that does not mean it has to be that way.
Okay.
So if you want to do that or bounce around or whatever it is, it's just I'm excited to play your however whatever style you like to play basically.
Okay. So
Uh,
we'll go off the suggestions and just get a random one, and then we'll just start a scene on that.
yeah, yeah. Let's
Okay.
see. We've got one, two, three, four, five. Okay, so we've got 26 suggestions. So let's see. So pick a number between 1 and 26.
Okay. 19.
All right, 19, 26, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 20, 19. So this comes from Mark Turpin. He's kind of affectionately known as the mayor of improv. And the suggestion is, I saw the sign. I saw the sign.
Okay.
Thanks there, Mayor.
Yeah. So George, when I came into town, I noticed there's a new billboard
Yeah,
right before you get into town, and it just says your destiny starts here.
sure. Yeah, yeah. It's like the first thing you see now when you come in.
Yeah, and I called the number,
And
and I got put on hold for 15 minutes.
okay.
I left the Then gave me the option to leave my name and number to get a call back. I left that. I've been waiting for this is 2 days now that I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for the callback.
Yeah. Isn't it exciting? Like you just never know when that call's going to happen.
Yeah, I guess so, but I don't want to wait on destiny so much. Is have you given it a call at all?
Yeah, I left my number as well. I'm still waiting on the call. It's been 4 months for me.
4 months.
I'm going to call, you know what? I'm going to call again. I'm going to call again.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But the drive was good coming in.
Oh, the drive was excellent to come back in to see the mountains and the valley and everything that I've been missing. I came back, to try to see what I'm doing in life and to get a grip on just where my direction is headed. And I see this sign and I said, well, it's destiny. Not
Yeah.
only is it destiny, but it says it's destiny. I call and now I'm just waiting.
Hi, yeah, I'm just calling back. I don't know if I called once before. It was back in October. I gave a call. I haven't heard back yet. I'm assuming that that's part of what this is. But I'm not sure if I need to call back and like nudge it any way forward or anything. But yeah, just really excited to hear about my destiny. My number is 312 312-484-1997. Yeah, just I guess I'll still wait for your call. All right, great. Thanks so much. Bye. Yeah, so now I'm like I got to be honest. I'm thinking, am I now at the back of the line? Like should I have just let things? I mean, that's kind of like destiny, right?
That is destiny.
Like, am I in control of this? Look, Fred, am I in control of this or do I have a say in it? Oh,
I am so much more lost than I ever was. before I came back home.
But maybe that's where you need to be, right? Maybe we need to give up. Part of this is like the idea of giving up control. Maybe that's what it is. I feel like maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know. Or not enough.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like I shouldn't try to control it at all. I wish I would have never seen the sign.
But once you see the sign, you can't unsee it.
That
I can never unsee that sign, you know?
Yeah, that's the whole issue with life. Is I wish, ignorance is bliss. I wish I could just unsee, unlearn so many things.
Well, let me ask you this, like what made you decide to come back after all these years?
Oh, it's because I don't have insurance
Ah,
back back in Missouri. So I came back here because I have insurance in this state, and that way I needed to get a tooth removed. So I wanted to get that done. But overall, just a general reset in life as well. You know,
so you that tooth is acting up right now at this point in your life. And it got so bad you had to come back home. I mean, it seems like there's some sort of something pulling you back here.
yes. I thought, the extraction of the tooth would maybe be, symbolic in my life of an extraction of other things, take the other things away, and then I could add positive things back in that space.
Dude, that is that's the ultimate sign. Your tooth is the ultimate sign of your life, man. Like, I mean, you have removed so many things from your life this year and you've replaced them with more positive things. I mean, that's the sign. I feel like there are signs and we can look for them and we can acknowledge them or we can just ignore them. And I think this is definitely a sign of like the better days are ahead of you. You're getting rid of everything bad in your life and everything negative in your life you're getting rid of. And everything is that tooth, that fact that it's been hurting you for so long, that just ripples out to everything in your life. And you've made a decision to change your life for the better. I salute you, man.
Yeah, thank you. It's very inspiring for you to seemingly be inspired by me and my tooth and something I didn't even do myself.
Well, I mean, I mean, I have not left. You left and it was like, oh man, you're making the right move. You left. You went to Missouri. I mean, that is, and that's the show me state right there. You decided to get out of this town and go there. I've never left this town. And I mean, this is a sign for me that I should leave this town. Like you coming back here is the sign for me that I got to leave this town.
Hmm. The cycle,
Cycle.
the cycle. It's the cause and effect.
Yeah.
You never know what these little experiences are going to be in our lives. People come in, people come out.
Yeah.
This is like it's like the giving up of control because we can't control these things. It's the nirvana that we're searching for, the equanimity of just letting everything go.
I mean, isn't that the hardest thing that we can do is letting go of control? I mean, that's the hardest thing that we can do is accept what's happening, let go of control, and then once you do that, changes can happen. I'm so glad you called me and told me you didn't have to call me. I'm so glad you called me to let me know you're coming back into town. And now I'm like, Your call was not just a, oh, hey, it'll be great to see you and catch back up, Fred. Your call was a call to me to say, like, that's a wake up call. Like literally, your call woke me up. First off, literally, it woke me up. I was
Mm,
sleeping way too
sorry,
late. I
sorry
mean,
about that.
and then also it's a metaphorical wake up call too.
Yeah, I'm glad that the billboard number didn't work out. I'm glad they didn't call me back. You know, it could have set me on a completely different path.
Yeah.
But no, I'm here with you, and now I feel like this is working out in a positive way for you. And you know, since you're having a positive outcome and on this, it's really working out for me too because I feel really good about you, and you're gonna set off and finally get out of here.
The cycle, right? It's the cycle, man. Uh, they're
They're calling you.
they're calling me. I don't know if I'm going to answer it. What if it's set? I mean, that's the billboard number.
I would answer it.
You would or you wouldn't.
If destiny is calling, I would answer it.
So you would answer this.
If they're still there, I would answer it.
Hello? Scene. Oh man, yeah. Dude, that was so fun.
Yeah, that was good.
How did you get started in improv? What brought you in?
I got started in improv maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I was doing stand up in and around Richmond and Virginia Beach, and some of the hosts would do improv games before or after some of the shows. So that was like my first taste in improv, and then it just been some meetup groups that were meeting around Richmond. And yeah, now I just got back into it here within the past couple of months. I was wondering if maybe some people were doing it virtually and found loads. I mean, loads of people are doing it right now. It's awesome.
I mean, it's made everything more accessible, and you can at any point in the day, it seems like, go online and find somebody in a jam, somebody teaching a class, someone, even people looking, they'll post on Facebook. It's like, anybody looking to do a scene? I want to do something. So you can find people right now, and it's been easier now more than ever.
Yeah, yeah. I'm wondering how it's going to be like continuing on. I know some people have said that they're going to continue it. Of course, not as many. I've heard a lot of people say as well they really miss the audience and everything like that. But um, see now I've gotten to the point where I've probably put in more hours like doing virtual improv than I've ever done really
Yes.
on a stage or anything. So for me, I really like this. I really like the online thing. It's fine for me. But yeah, maybe if I do it on stage one time and get like an audience there or something, it would be a completely different feel. It'd be like a whole new experience as well.
Yeah, I think definitely it's here to stay. I think we'll figure out what the percentage is, like how much will be virtual. Right now, it's like pretty much 100% virtual improv, but we'll figure out that percentage. And then what I think is going to happen is people will start improvising and recording it, and maybe like releasing it more as like almost like mini movies or films, or take improv and go, oh, let's the improv we did here. Why don't we now add some background or turn it into more of a scripted piece? But I think the possibilities are, people are starting to see that and go, oh, it's at a point too with the pandemic where we have to continue to be creative. So I think people will start taking this, and now it's like, what's the next step? We went to like virtual, but now what's going to happen next? And I think there is going to be a lot of like more cinematic improv that happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the natural or not so natural progression of whatever is happening.
And I think people who have a background in stand up or experience doing stand up, I think that lends itself. There are skills in stand up that I think improvisers could use. And one of them is like how to be on a stage and how to be like your stage persona. And I think those are things that lend itself really well to what tools you can use in improv, is like just knowing how to be on a stage, which I think stand-ups learn early on, and they get a taste of what it's like and how to develop their persona. And I think improvisers could use a little bit of that in their game.
Yeah, both definitely have their pros and cons and can learn from each other. I think. Yeah, the part about stand up that I well, the part about like improv that I like more than stand up is like the collaboration.
Yeah.
And for me, the way I did stand up was to write out a lot of things before and to try to like kind of hone that and everything before I went on stage. Whereas improv, I can just show up and kind of do something. And there's nothing in improv that says like it needs to be funny really, or it can naturally like build up to something being funny. But with stand up, it was people are staying sitting there and they're like, okay, make me laugh.
Yeah. And I mean, you have a goal in stand up, right? And that goal is like, my goal is to, people are there going, jokes have a certain rhythm. And so you'll hit me with a joke every, so, however long that is. And for some, it's like they do more of a story build, and some are like punchline and bits all the time. And I think you're right with improv. I think people are starting to see now, oh, we can have different ways to improvise. And some of it is we can be more patient with the build to get a laugh. And some of it is like, oh, it doesn't even have to be that way. But you show up and you connect and you figure it out together. And that collaboration really spoke to me more than doing stand up. But God bless stand up. I think it can be a very lonely life. I think definitely you are preparing a lot more as you go in. And I think stand up affords you to get up there with other people and say, we're going to, it's this group collaboration. And that's something that was always attractive to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding more. It's just I really like the connection with the people, and like you said, like you go down with a group and you create something that you never could have done by yourself. It's always just you know a group mind making something together that I can't sit around and do improv scenes by myself and make up of course nearly you know anywhere close to what I can make just by getting one other person or group of these virtual improvs, 15, 20 people in a group, and like so many ideas and so many creative minds throwing things out. It's really amazing.
Yeah, it's like it shows that power of what can we do if we're focused on the same thing together, and we're kind of throwing our energy into building that, whatever that thing is. If we're focused on doing it together, it's twice the brain power. So you'll come up with better things if you're both, or however many people are doing the show, if you're all focused into the same thing. It truly is something pretty special.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's in the past 2 or 3 months. It's really given me just a lot more. Like I really look forward to being in the virtual meetings with people, and I've gotten to know some people now, and I look forward to like being with them and working with them again, developing the friendships. Those are the things I'm hoping that will last for sure, like in the future, as however we could slowly come out of the pandemic or what have you. And I want to like keep these friendships with people that I have pretty much all over the world now. It's really great to talk to people that are all trying to do like the same collaborative stuff. It's fun.
Isn't it insane if you think about it, of how it has shrunk the world and now you've got friends all around the globe, that when things open back up and travel are allowed, I think so many people are going to start making plans to connect with people that they've only really met virtually. Like, I've got so many friends now that I've never met in person, but because of this, and that when the ability to travel and visit becomes safer, it's like, oh man, it's going to be this, I think, this explosion of people going out for those connections and meeting people in person. And it's just gonna, it's such an exciting thing to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah, I can't agree more. It's yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting these new people I've been developing, relationships with, and could be like lifelong friendships that we're having here. Yeah, it's really great community in general. Just people that are doing improv. That's not, I found that was very different from stand up as well. I remember when I started stand up, I was like, I'll probably make so many friends when I moved to Richmond. I said, yeah, it's probably like, they're doing stand up. We're probably going to be very similar type people, but I didn't find many people in the stand up community there that I hung out with that much or developed. I have no really like lasting friendships from the stand up community here in Richmond. Um, but already with like improv, I mean, talk to people that I can see like talking to the rest of my life. It's really great.
It is so great. It is that, like, oh, I found folks who, accept me, who go, yeah, come in and play. And I think that it's such a unique thing, especially for like a creative field. It is very unique that you bring people in who are also like, bring who you are, bring that to the stage. Let's explore that. And it allows, I think, you to be us to be more creative. Whereas sometimes with like stand up, especially because it's so solitary, that you're really up there for things you're working on, and the same with other stand-ups are up there also for things they're working on, so you miss that connection, I think, that improv does afford you. And you could just sit and hang out and talk with improvisers. I think they're the most accessible as well. So the fact that you now have global friends, I think, also opens up your experiences. And I've noticed, oh, it's really great to experience how different people play at different, based on where they are in the world too.
Right. Yeah. You can see like some of the cultural differences coming through. I play with some people in Europe and they're saying like many people in the States, we use like very like like references about our grocery stores, our restaurants, our it's very specific things, and they're like, what are they talking about? So it's like we don't play in a very like our mindset is not playing in a very international way. So I've tried to be mindful of that, and I'm like, all right, don't say like even though it might not like Walmart or anything. I just say like I don't know. I try to stay a little more broad.
Yeah.
So it's interesting adding like that that other element to it to just try to you be very accessible with people. Like, when I started, like I said a few months ago, doing a lot of the online stuff. I was telling people. They said, "Have you done improv before?" I said, "Yeah, but it's really been like a few years since last time I did it, and I wasn't even doing it a lot then." But I've never gotten that feeling where people are like, "Oh, well, come back once you've been doing it for a while, or maybe you're better, or something like that." It's always just been like, "No, come in. It doesn't matter." Most of the sessions I'm in are people saying, like, "It doesn't matter if you've never done improv before. Like, here we'll tell you how to play this game real quick and jump right in." Uh, so it's really great in that way. It's really welcoming everyone.
Yeah, I think that's so true. I think it's like, for most of the improvisers, they're like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't care if you've been doing it, like, if you've been in class for years or if you've never taken a class. Like, let's go have fun and play together." And if you have that willing spirit, I think you're always gonna be welcome. I don't think people are like, okay, Drew, if you can go back and practice for a while and come back." It's like, no, like, come in now and let's play these kids games, basically.
Yeah, yeah, it's really fun. Yeah, the playful thing is something I've really enjoyed getting back to as well. Just a very like playful, uh, fun thing.
Where, if people want to connect with you or follow things you're doing online, what's the best way they can do that?
I guess just on Facebook. I don't really post much, but if I ever do, that would be a place where I'm posting it.
Uh, well, Drew, I had such a fun time with you, and whether it's another virtual or a live session, I can't wait to play again.